boys together. Join us.
To do what?
Spank the bastards. For Robin.
I'm in.
We have 7 other selves now. We can access each other's knowledge, language, skills.
Genetic power has now been unleashed.
We made a terrible mistake.
The doomsday clock might be about out of time.
This Organized Chaos podcast is brought to you by JEMS Art Studio. This podcast is also brought to you by listeners like you. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome back to another Organized Chaos podcast. My name is Bobby Quarters, and we got a lot to talk about this week. Some difficulties for one thing.
Technical difficulties on the Organized Chaos podcast? No, I refuse to believe it. That never happens.
Seldom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yes.
Well, with me is Bob as always.
Yes.
What else we got on the docket today?
Well, we have a thunderstorm, which you may hear. I don't know if you're going to hear that all in the background. I'm getting lots of thunder over here, so just FYI. But yeah, technical difficulties. We've been trying to stream this thing, and the stream worked okay on my main channel, but on the podcast channel, it was all types of messed up. And I do have to wonder if it's like I got quite a few more subscribers on my main channel than this podcast channel, and I wonder if it's like a YouTube resource issue. Because throughout that recording, like, our connection was just fine. It's just we couldn't connect to YouTube for some fucking reason. It was really confusing.
Yeah.
But because of that, our conversation of the first half of The Boys, it would be tough to say we lost it. But let's just say the speed of that audio is very jumpy. Like, we'll be talking fast and then slow and then fast and then slow. Just throughout the whole goddamn thing. So it's impossible to really like, I could spend hours editing it down. Or we could just go ahead and talk about the whole season this episode.
Yeah. That seems like it's the better thing to do.
And then after that, we will be following it up with the last 4 episodes of season 1 of Sense8. We're finally getting to it. Completing the first season of a series that ended like 5 years ago. But it's a good series, so fuck it.
Yeah.
And fuck J.K. Rowling. I'd rather talk about this than whatever crap she's spitting out right now.
Yeah.
And then concluding off, we will have Jurassic World 3. Which was a movie that was released this weekend.
Yeah.
We will get to it. We will get to it.
We will get to it.
A lot to say about it, to say the least.
Yeah, there is.
But, are we ready to just dive right into The Boys?
Yeah, let's get into The Boys.
Yeah.
Like,
well, we're leading it off this time, so this time
I'm not sure if I
get this recorded.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if I said this last week or not, but I mean, this is definitely a show that I'd say if you're unsure about still to this day, and you're just on the fence about it, you'll know by the end of the first episode whether or not this is the show that you want to watch or not.
Yeah, the first episode does have a lot of the crazy stuff. Well, yeah. You get the sexual assault in the first episode, you get the...
Yeah.
Do we get any murder in the first episode? We have to, right? Oh, yeah. Sure. Homelander.
Yeah.
Jesus. Homelander.
Yeah. And Robin.
Robin? Oh, shit. Yeah, right at the beginning. Holy crap.
Huey's girl.
Hell, yeah. Watch...
Right in the beginning.
Watch the first 5 minutes, and you'll know. That's a good summary of the series.
You'll know whether or not... It's a summary of all of it. Yeah. This show, it definitely dials it to 11 and keeps it there for the whole time.
Yeah. I don't know if we talked about last week, but one thing I definitely want to bring up this time is just how good all these goddamn actors are. They are ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
They are...
They have an amazing cast.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean...
And even all the all the villains too are really good.
Well, yeah.
Or I guess the heroes.
Well, yeah, heroes in quotations. Like,
yeah.
you know, if you're not familiar with this series, go watch it. It's great. But, you know, you're going to get spoiled right here. You're listening. Guess what? So, yeah, essentially, you have superheroes bought by this company called Vought. It's just a cruel, evil business that owns all the superheroes in the world, essentially. And you have your Justice...
That apparently has dates...
They have what?
Oh. Well, I was gonna say, and apparently Vought dates back like in this world to like the World War II.
Yeah.
As a like weapons manufacturer, and so they're like an old American business that just kind of did enough R&D to make their own superheroes.
Yeah. Well, that comes up later in the series, or the season. But yes.
Oh yeah.
They discover that.
Yeah.
The rumor that all these heroes are like born and, you know, Vought just brings them under their umbrella. It's all fucking bullshit. They made these as babies and started injecting babies with drugs and made superheroes.
Well, not all of them. Some of them were actually made in a test tube.
Yeah.
Like a Homelander.
Yeah, Homelander, who was a very functional individual. I don't think we really brought him up as much last week, so it's good you brought him up, because I wanted to talk about Anthony Starr, who plays Homelander, and he is so goddamn good. He is, like...
Yeah, he is really good.
Like, the way he transitions from, like, the wholesome, like, public image to just this nasty piece of shit, self-involved piece of garbage... The way he just transitions between those two modes seamlessly is just really skillful and really disturbing.
No, it is kind of terrifying.
Yeah. It adds an extra... Like, after you see, like, how he really behaves, it adds an extra layer of, like, just... terrifyingness? That's not the right word, but just...
And tension.
Yeah, tension.
Tension to the scene, definitely.
So, even when he's doing, like, the chipper, like, friendly Homelander, it's like, oh, God, this is so fake. It makes your skin crawl.
Yeah, it's also kind of more of whenever he shows up, it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. That's the thing. You don't really know what he's going to do. Like, I brought this up in a video, like, forever ago when the series first came out. But, like, he's, like, the embodiment of a corporation. It just doesn't care about anything. Just the bottom line. Now, the bottom line here in the story is his self-interest, but it kind of doubles up for the corporation a lot, because he kills a guy rather than make a deal with him. There's the whole airplane incident where, like, they're trying to save people from terrorists on an airplane, but they accidentally kill all the terrorists and disable the airplane. Can't save the people.
He laser blasts through one of them with his laser eyes. And, like, fries all of the equipment. He's like, oh, we're done here.
Yeah, Maeve is just begging him just to at least save the children. He's like, no, we can't have witnesses here. So he lets the plane crash and immediately turns it into something where now we need to be in the military. Just something to help the business.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, to help his brand. And it's just... I can't tell if it's about the money for him or not. I don't think it is. I think it's just... about the praise and recognition. I think that's really what's driving him.
I think it's the power. Yeah, it's just it's the power. He wants the kick out of it.
Well, I mean, I know now it's the power.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean
I'm,
when we
like,
get into it, yeah, but like...
no, I'm like completely caught up with the series at this point, so I could say, yeah, it's all about the power.
Well, I've started
that's
season
all he cares
3.
about.
They probably have 4 episodes out now. I've only seen the first 3, but...
I think it's up to 5 or 6 now. 5, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. The wife and I power binge.
Yeah, I will say I really like what I see with season 3. I'm looking forward to rewatching it here in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm like, because I'm really gonna be happy to rewatch it and actually take a lot more in. Because actually doing this and knowing that I'm gonna have to re-go, I was like, I might as well, like, verse myself with the lore and everything very well. So I was doing some research and I found somebody who did a long summary like a long form essay of the entire series of books.
Oh, wow.
So it was just them kind of explaining it a little.
I think I had the first 2 omnibuses.
It was like,
read them yet.
yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm amazed at, kudos to that creator, like creating a version that could have gone, that is able to be on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very R-rated show.
Oh, it very much is. Yes, it very much is. And from what I understand about the books, they are twice as graphic.
Well, it's a Garth Ennis thing, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. Let me double check.
I think so, yeah.
Which he also did The Preacher, which I at least love the beginning of that series. Garth Ennis. Okay, yes, it is. So same guy does Preacher. Preacher was really good.
Okay.
So I would expect this to be really good too. And I've read the first couple issues. It's been years though. I remember it follows at least the beginning follows the book fairly well, although not exactly by any means. But yeah, so you have these evil psychopath superheroes, and then you get the boys and eventual girl, but like that comes later. But the boys, kind of your main look into this world is through Huey, who eventually becomes part of the boys, and then Starlight, who becomes part of the Seven, the superheroes. Both of them go into this world thinking superheroes are like the greatest thing ever. They're just awesome. Yeah. And then Starlight just goes in and immediately gets sexually assaulted by the Deep, and just finds that everything is
not what it seems. Yeah, he gets his.
Oh though. Yeah, he gets his later in the season. Yeah, the hero of Sandusky. I can't really attack Sandusky. I can't attack Sandusky too long. I wrote for him for like 2 years.
I can't either. I can't either, but I did. There is a funny thing I noticed in this, and I noticed this a lot in any major production. And you might be able to relate with this. Like, you can tell when the writer of a joke about Ohio is from Ohio, and when they've never stepped foot in the state. That writer, he really never stepped foot in the state.
Yeah. Well, what?
That was a Google joke.
Yeah. Oh well. What
Sandusky.
joke were you talking about?
Oh yeah, we have we have the world's largest theme park in the world. Everything's really safe here. Really safe here. Nothing really, and it's just like, obviously you've never been to a surrounding Sandusky area. But also, I just think like, no, that's not really an Ohio-based joke. But that's just something silly that I notice in movies whenever
I don't know.
They take place here.
Them saying something like that also struck me that they're just trying to sell it too. Oh yeah, this place is great. Fucking thriving metropolis of Sandusky. We got the Deep as a discount superhero.
I mean, I'm not saying Sandusky is a shithole, but I mean, there's the theme park and a lot of residentials and small family businesses.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get like megaplexes of commercial and industry, but I don't think there's a giant mall out there or anything.
No,
or like a metropolitan area.
So I wrote for Sandusky Register for like 2 years. Like, if you look at my early movie review videos, you'll see this was written for the Sandusky Register, and you could find written versions of all those videos in that newspaper during that time. That being said, I think I've been in Sandusky like twice in my life. Yeah, and I when I got that job, I wasn't that far away. I think I was Avon Lake, which was a little trip, but it's doable. But most time when I wrote from, I was in Oxford, which is just no, it's not a trip to do.
Yeah, no. God, I mean that's like me going from where I'm at to go up to Sandusky in comparison to like you coming here.
Yeah, that probably would be it. Yeah.
It's about the same amount of time, yeah.
But yeah, so Starlight gets sexually assaulted by the Deep and just gets completely, her whole image of superheroes is just shattered. And
Yeah.
Huey's kind of the same way. He's a huge fan of A-Train, who's essentially this universe's Flash, until he runs through his girlfriend, completely scattered-brained and not thinking. And later on, we find out it's because he's high as fuck. The reason they advertise is because, he was stopping a bank robbery, despite the fact that no bank alarms were going off at that time.
No police sirens, no nothing. He's really just running drugs to an illegal operation of turning people into soups, which is usually what I think they're commonly referred to in the show as soups.
Yeah, I think they do just call them soups most of the time. I know. Oh, yeah. So Huey ends up being approached by, I want to say Billy Butcher.
Yeah, Billy Butcher.
Carl Urban.
Billy Butcher.
Billy Butcher.
Carl Urban.
Yeah, well, he's played by Carl Urban, and we brought up last week, but of course we lost it. But God, he has so much fun in this role. He owns
Yeah, he
this.
Literally is chewing scenery in the best possible way.
And all the way that matters.
It's so great.
Yeah, he is just like, you just gotta watch the show. It's a great performance, and they're all great here.
Yeah.
But he gets Huey involved, and they kidnap one of the seven called Translucent, who apparently likes to hang out in bathrooms and watch people piss.
Yeah, that's right. He does not respect privacy.
Yeah, no, and it's really weird. It's like, what, are you aroused when people are pissing and shit, or what are you doing there? Or, seriously,
yeah, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just, what? But yeah, so they kidnap Translucent and that's, as they have Translucent, that's as we introduce the other two members, which would be Frenchie and Mother's Milk.
Yeah.
They really don't get along with each other, but I don't know. I like all the characters here.
Well, they're good at telling us a story that, like, the first time those characters are in the same room, and the story that I get that they're telling us is that those three have a history.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it really didn't end that era, like, and it definitely ended on an irreconcilable difference.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't too happy to see each other.
No,
either,
well, especially
regardless
Mother's
of their
Milk.
history. Yeah, as I recall, he started beating the shit out of Frenchie.
Yeah, well,
they started fighting.
Yeah, he has like a family, and he's not supposed to be working with these people, and of course, he starts working with these people.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things, like, of the main, like, boys, like, probably the one that, I don't want to say, I guess the worst one, like, I still like him, but it would have to be Billy. That being said, even with your issues with Billy, they'll cut to, like, Vought in fucking Homelander, and it's like, oh my god, just so much goddamn worse. It's not even close. Like, the boys aren't saints, but the superheroes are just so much goddamn worse. It's almost like
they are just...
Yeah, and it's like, I don't even know how to handle these superheroes. Maybe you just gotta be as bad as the boys are, because Jesus. Well, I mean, they're going up against guys that are superheroes. Essentially, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash. I guess you gotta be kind of ruthless if you're gonna do something like that.
Huh. Oh, I was just reading something about the actor who plays Frenchie.
Oh, really? What did you get?
His name is Tomer Capone. He was born in Israel.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know I didn't know that. That's cool. He's very good at doing that very convincing French accent.
Yeah.
Like, very convincing.
Well, where was he raised, though?
Let me see. IMDb doesn't really tell me that.
Well, it's like Michael Pena. He always gets cast as like the stereotypical like Mexican guy. He has like no accent.
Yeah.
He's from Chicago.
In the city of I'm gonna try to pronounce this right. He was raised in he was born in Holon, Israel, to a Jewish family. He was raised in the city of Rishon, or Rishon, or Rishon, Lezion, L-E-Zion, yeah, Lezion, yeah. Second born of the business. He was enlisted in Israel Defense Forces in 2004.
Well, I believe Israel actually. So he must have grown up in Israel, though. So
Yeah,
Israel, I believe,
he totally must have.
has like that year of mandatory military service. I believe once you turn 18, something like that.
Yeah. Well, he's my age. Wow.
Oh, shut up! He's a few years younger.
July
than me.
15th. July 15th, 1985. Born the same year.
If you're listening, the name is Tomer Capone, and I'm probably mispronouncing that, and I apologize. He does a great job in the show.
Capone. Yeah. He is probably my favorite character, and after reading the lore from the books, still my favorite character.
Yeah.
Still.
He's good, yeah.
Good.
I don't know who my favorites would be.
Him and Mother's Milk. I do like
Mother's Milk a lot. I do like Starlight a lot, honestly.
I do too. She is great.
Yeah.
And I mean, I will kind of root for the bad guys a little bit.
Yeah, to a degree, yeah.
To a degree,
there is a little bit of that here, yeah.
Madeline Caldwell in this first season. Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah, she's really good. Yeah, Madeline.
Sitwell,
yes.
Sitwell, yeah. God, she was such a bitch, and
Yeah.
I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, no, she's such a bitch, but it's like, it's so weird. Like, she's dealing with so much weird shit from Homelander that you get the disposition because he's so fucking weird about her. And
so much bullshit.
yeah. Like, there's this weird thing where Homelander stares at a picture of himself, and it's like, okay, what the fuck? And then, of course, you realize he's using his X-ray vision to stare at her.
Through the wall.
Yeah. So it's like, God, so that was, like, creepy before, but now it's creepier. How the fuck did you do that?
Well, I mean, throughout this series, we'll find that, Homelander is very full of himself.
Mm-hmm. Well, we brought up the airplane and how they're trying to get the government contract to be in the military. And one thing he does is he enlists A-Train to run around the world and distribute Compound V, the drug that makes superheroes, to, like, terrorist cells all over the world, hoping one of them will take, and then there'll be a supervillain terrorist that they have to join the military to fight. And it's like, oh my God. Oh my.
You are just fucking evil.
Mm-hmm. To Homelander, the solution to and cause of all of life's problems.
Seriously, he is the cause of everything in this first season.
No, he is the worst. But yeah, Anthony Starr does a great job. It's like he's terrible, but like you do enjoy watching him because he's so just he nails that role.
Yeah, I really do enjoy his performance and watching his performance every time. Yeah.
I believe
he is great. And
I think the other big character I definitely want to bring up would be let's see. God, they're right here. Oh yeah, of course, Kamiko, the female that eventually joins the boys.
The female.
That's an interesting story. Essentially usually they give them the juice to become superheroes when they're young. But she gets it later in life because they're essentially she's one of the ones that they're making into a super villain. And the boys stumble across her and decide, and she essentially joins their team because her and Frenchie get along quite well. And I like the relationship between her and Frenchie.
I do too. They share a trauma.
Well, Frenchie,
and they both had been
Frenchie kind of seems like the type of character that's just all about getting into a sexual relationship with a lot of the women he's around. And that's very much not what that is. And that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh yeah, and I guess it'd be worth also talk about Queen Maeve, because I think they hinted on it during this season, but more later about, like, she's definitely a character, like, finding herself, and it's like, you're not clear throughout this season whether or not she's a good guy or just kind of bad. Yeah.
There.
Like, she's kind of a bitch throughout a lot of the series, or this season. Let's keep it honest. But
yeah, she didn't really. Yeah, she didn't have kind words to say to Starlight after Starlight was sexually assaulted.
Yeah, she was sexually assaulted, and she says something like, "Clean yourself up. You don't want him to see you like that," or something, like, in, like, the rudest way possible. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Like, there was a shred of decency in what she said. It was just how
the way
she said it. It wasn't.
Like, oh God.
And then, you even see Translucent in there too. Then.
Well, yeah, but of course. And about, I think it's the second episode where Huey ends up killing him, because it's either kill him or let him go free. And it's like, well, fuck, okay, I guess we're killing him.
Yeah, they found a way to kill him by sticking a bomb up his ass.
Yeah.
Or some C4 up his ass, yeah.
Yeah, when he's translucent, he's, like, bulletproof to, like, everything. They found they can knock him out through electricity, but they can't kill him. But you know what? Let's stick a C4 up his ass. Okay.
So, yeah, they kept shocking him until he passed out. And, yeah.
Good fun. But, yeah, Season 1 of The Boys, I enjoy it quite a bit. I still haven't seen Season 3, but I remember Season 2 being at least as good at this as this season. So, we will get to it, though. But, like, so far, this is just a well-written series. What I've seen in Season 3 is great as well. It's just all the same quality so far.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Same tier.
You know, we should probably talk about the big twist at the end.
Yeah.
That might be important. So...
That might be.
So I guess we should probably talk about Billy Butcher a bit more. So the reason he's against the boys, as we find out, is because Homelander... All evidence points to Homelander raping his wife, and then his wife either getting killed by Homelander later or committing suicide.
Yeah. So he then he later finds out, or what his government contact tells him, is that, she was raped by Homelander, and she was carrying his child. However, the kid clawed its way out of her stomach. So that's what, he thinks that, the kid is dead and she is dead as a result of, Homelander raping her. Yeah.
But we find out that this isn't 100% true. Our first hint is when Madeline talks about the miscarriage. It's like, that's not what we heard before. But it all ends with Homelander. Billy's going to kill Madeline in front of him just to torture him. But before he can, Homelander just goes ahead and lasers Madeline's skull to oblivion. Because he's a fucking psychopath. Because, I don't remember it being established if her baby dies or not. Because at that point, Billy's just like, fuck it, and blows up the bomb. Because there's no choice.
I don't think that...
I don't think the baby made it.
I don't think
so. Well,
either.
Madeline and even Billy are like, take the kid upstairs. The kid's supposed to be upstairs. What are you doing bringing the kid down here? But Homelander's a fucking psychopath. And when he lasers Madeline's skull out, it's like, there's no shot. You hit the bomb or he just kills you both. You're dead either way.
Yeah.
But that brings us to the twist that essentially the final scene where Billy's not dead after setting off the bomb. Homelander saved him to drop him off in a front yard where he gets to reunite with his wife and Homelander's son with his wife. And and that's where the season leaves off. So no cliffhanger. Happy ending for everybody.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, yeah, I guess.
Well, I think at that point we left. What? Starlight tried to save, or no. A Train finally confronted
Yeah,
Huey
yeah.
because there was they discovered he was running that Compound B, that drug that turned people in. He and A Train's girlfriend Popclaw. The boys got dirt on Popclaw, and she ended up giving them information, which in turn got A Train busted and in trouble. But A Train figures out that it was the boys and all this, and he ends up killing Popclaw by forcing a drug overdose by injecting her with a shit ton of drugs. And then later he keeps blaming Huey for killing his girlfriend.
Yeah, and Huey's just like so
and,
confused
they,
by it. Just like, well, we didn't kill her. What are you talking about?
And and then at that final confrontation, A Train kind of realizes that no, it was me, and he starts to like break down and cry on Huey. He's just like, okay, and then he starts to fight him, and then Starlight comes, and we finally actually get to see her use her powers really, and man, she messes him up.
Well, what actually takes him down is the heart attack, though.
Yeah, he does have a heart attack from all the drug abuse that he's been doing.
But it is actually cool to see Annie actually team up with the boys, because there's that question, because we know she's a good person, and she really doesn't like what these superheroes are doing. Yeah. But she doesn't really approve of what Huey and the boys are doing either, and essentially, it all came down to, we need your help, and of course, she gets to do the showing up at the last minute thing. If you watch Dragon Ball Z, she gets to be the Piccolo of the situation and show up and save the day.
Yeah, always.
You always need a Piccolo in your pocket. That's just what I'm saying. Yeah,
you do.
But yes, anything you want to add before we head into Sense8? I think we covered a lot of big stuff.
Yeah, no, I think we got everything.
Yeah, I think it's a good summary. So if any of that sounds good to you, watch The Boys, because The Boys it's so good. But you know what else is good? Sense8.
Yes.
We after like a month, we finally finished off season 1. Kind of our response to, we're going to cover this instead of talk about J.K. Rowling's new Fantastic Beast and Who Gives a Fuck movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is...
And even more has come out of that since then. I mean, since, Johnny's no longer cast in that. And I guess it didn't perform that well when it was released.
I heard it had a decent opening weekend, but like just kind of fizzled out afterwards, like more so than even like post-pandemic movies have suffered, but that was more than just post-pandemic stuff, clearly.
Yeah, it was mostly probably just her views of just being a terrible human being.
No, I saw a meme not that long ago that was my eldest shared with me, and it was I want to say the Cursed Child official account posting Happy Pride Month with a pride flag up there, and then the reply was Harry Potter and the Read the Fucking Room. It's like, I like that.
That's fucking funny.
Like, yeah, I don't think you guys should be saying that shit.
Yeah, no, read the fucking room.
But yeah, we're talking about Sense8 because this is a much better show. It's really good. I'd seen these before, but it's been quite a few years. In this set, we get a lot more about Riley. Holy shit!
Yeah,
that backstory is. I forgot about that backstory. I was like, oh shit, I forgot. She's pregnant. And her husband's trying to drive her to the hospital. This is years ago. What, 8 years ago, I think they say?
I think that's what they said. Because I think it said it was 98.
Oh, did they say 98?
No, never mind. Never mind. I'm thinking something else.
I was like, wow, that's even older than I would have thought. But anyways.
I'm thinking of the surveillance footage from the last thing we're going to talk about.
Oh, okay. We're coming up on it. But yes, on the way to the hospital, there's an accident. He dies from the accident, but then she just gives birth in this car that's like completely like engulfed by a blizzard, and they're just stuck there. And eventually she realizes that they're going to freeze to death if she doesn't try to get out there. So she tries to get out there, and the baby does freeze to death as she's looking for a place to go. It is worth noting, though, when I watch this, I'm like, why is she going further up the mountain? It's probably for cool aerial shots, but wouldn't she want to retrace her steps back to the road?
Yes.
But,
and maybe try to find her way down.
Yeah. I mean, she's kind of fucked no matter what, but...
Yeah,
it's still, it's an insanely tragic backstory. Like, part of me was like, when she was giving birth, it's like, oh god, I know it'd probably actually be easier if the baby just came out dead. But nope, baby's alive, and she's just gonna have to struggle and try to keep it alive until she fails, because there's just no way a baby can survive that environment for a long period. It's just, human babies are so weak.
Yeah, no, that whole thing, I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Why?
So she goes through some shit. But yeah, before that, like earlier, we get Leto's little, we actually get a lot of discussions in the first, I want to say episode 9 and 10. It's lots of discussions, but it's interesting stuff. And Leto essentially finds his courage, because at this point, is girlfriend the right term? Beard? So he has a boyfriend, but there's
his special lady friend.
But there's kind of like a three-way, because like he has a boyfriend, but she's part of the relationship, and she just likes to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like,
I mean,
hey,
if they're happy,
we're not kink shaming.
If you guys are happy,
they're happy.
I'm a little confused, but you know what? You guys do you, okay? But anyways.
Yeah, I just trying to identify it. I guess it would be some, like, I guess probably just intimate friend.
Yeah. Kind of part of the relationship, but
think,
like, I don't know.
The non-obligatory third wheel.
Yes. The third wheel, but they're happy there, and we're happy they're there, so sure, why not? Sure.
Yeah.
But essentially, her ex comes and blackmails Leto, who's a famous actor. If you've seen our other coverage, you know. But it's been a while. Blackmails him with photos of him with his boyfriend, because he's not out. And eventually, Leto decides, fuck it. I'm just going to go get her back. He can do whatever he wants with the pictures. And we get...
Yeah, because none of that matters.
And we get a little bit of... as he does this, we get a little bit of him and Wolfgang exchanging a lot. Because these are very different characters, but they're both part of the same Sense8.
Yeah.
And they help each other out so much. Like, Wolfgang's in this situation where he's got a gun to his head because he stole jewels earlier. And the gangsters are getting their revenge. And he's like, oh god, I can almost get to that gun, but I can't quite. And Leto's like, oh, you just need to stall him. He's like, I don't know how to stall him. He's like, oh, I can do that. Let me. And Leto just puts on some acting performance, just spinning lies, and the guy, all of a sudden the guy has a gun on him. He's like, of course, I knew it. He's like, so like, oh yes, I know the information.
Puts his gun away, and lets him go.
Well, no, he doesn't let him go. But he does give him enough time to get the gun, and then Wolfgang starts. Wolfgang finishes the job.
Does. Yeah, and Wolfgang does what he does. He cleans house.
And then later on, when Leto has to confront the boyfriend of the girlfriend, their third wheel, but we're all happy about it.
Yeah, her psycho ex-boyfriend.
He confronts him, but of course he gets his butt kicked because he's not a fighter. But then Wolfgang pops up and helps him out.
Yeah. Then Wolfgang comes, and that's when Wolfgang whoops that ass.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, these are like friendships that I don't think you'd ever naturally see in real life, but like I think it plays out so well here.
Yeah.
Yes, Riley ends up being captured. Why? How's she get captured? I'm trying. Oh, that's right. She they all get the visions of being born because they're all members of the Sense8. I guess we should cover the basics. Like the Sense8, we have 8 characters that all have a psychic link. They can like essentially jump in each other's minds, have conversations, but they're all over the world. And if need be, they can take over each other's bodies, which is when things get really fun.
Yeah.
But Riley has kind of like not even sure what to describe it, but she's at the theater watching her father, and she faints from a bloody nose, and there's definitely more going on. And takes her to the hospital. And of course, they're reporting weird stuff because the Sense8 have a different biology than humans. It's not massively different, but there's little differences mainly in the brain that makes doctors very suspicious. But of course, that brings in Whispers, who is definitely our main bad guy for the series.
That's right, yeah.
And he has her, and Will, who is essentially part of her Sense8, but also they're kind of getting close, him and Riley. He goes after her. And throughout his rescue of her, God, they switch places with so many. Of course, Lito gets to pop in and romance somebody for information, and it's kind of great because they're just so charmed they don't realize that they just gave away all this shit they shouldn't have. I also think it's interesting how it's Will going in there, and Will sees like 4 guards, and he's like, "Oh God, there's 4 guards," and then Sun takes over, and it's like, "Oh, is that all?" it's like, okay, so Will and Wolfgang are good fighters, and Sun's the superhero. Got it.
Yeah. Sun is the Korean girl, correct?
She's the one in prison for what her brother did. She doesn't have a great time. She's still stuck in prison, but her father was actually felt terrible about what happened and was going to say, hey, it was actually him. You need to let my daughter go. She was innocent.
Yeah.
And take the hit for the company. And the son killed him for it. But before he could speak up, he killed him. And it was like, oh my God. So
that's about where you got a hold of me. That's about as far as I got into 4.
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought I heard too. And fuck that guy. I want all the bad things in the world to happen to him and only him.
Yeah, there's some bad guys here. I guess before we get too far into Will's rescue, we should also kind of bring up what happens to Van Damme, whose name I always forget the name, but it's Van Damme, the bus driver.
Yeah, Van Damme. Yeah. I did catch this. I think somehow one of the drug lords there was hounding him for money, if I recall.
Well,
medicine for his mother, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they go after the guy who was driving the daughter for a little bit, who's a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
They go after him, and Van Damme decides to protect the daughter because they want Van Damme to bring the daughter to them, and then we won't kill you type deal. And he decides to hide the daughter. And I think it's mainly he switches between Sun to kind of just tear that place up. Sun gets some work.
She and the cop too, the Chicago cop. Yeah, he also kind of takes over and he chokes a dude out from a bus window.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
And Sun also comes in and just cleans house and has a machete fight.
No, it's kind of cool. You just have 8 people and for the most part, they're just on their own normal people. They have some skills that are special, but nothing, it's kind of cool. But they all can combine, and essentially it's oh my God, what can't you do? But he essentially cleans house and reunites the father, who's a piece of shit, but you know, his daughter, he had a good relationship with the daughter, so I can't, like, fault
He
him
did.
too much, because it's like, but he,
he did have a good relationship with his kid, but he's still a piece of
yeah.
shit.
But, you know, the kid's safe, so that's kind I think that's the important thing in his mind. But yeah, I think that's the other big event to talk about before we get to Will, because Will, he uses all the skills available to him. He gets to Riley, he goes get her out, and on the way out, he sees Whispers, which is possibly the worst thing that could have happened to him. Because while Whispers isn't part of the Sense8,
Oh, yeah.
if you are like a Sense8, but like not in the same cloister, you can still visit the person. You just can't take them over. But like Whispers likes to do, is essentially just do that to somebody until they go insane. So now Will has to worry about that shit, and that's going to be part of season 2, I'm certain. Because
probably.
in order to get away, Will had to drive Riley out to where she had the accident. But Whispers was haunting him, and he realized the only way to get out safely is he's got to knock himself out. But Riley's, like, freaking out on the side, and he's, like, telepathically telling her, hey, I'm knocking myself out because this guy's going to be able to track whatever I do, unless I'm knocked out. If you don't, like, kind of get your shit together and drive us away, we're fucked. They're just going to find us. Yeah, you know, it's like, I understand, I love you, but we're going to need you to get your shit together. And fortunately, she does. But yeah, it's like, the whole situation that happened to her there, it's like, I can't imagine it. But yeah, she does pull it through, so. I'm trying to think, I think that kind of summarizes the whole end of the season, but it's such a good show. It's so dark. We haven't brought it up, it's done by the Wachowskis and John Michael Straczynski. Obviously the guys who did, or the sisters that did The Matrix, and the guy who did Babylon 5. But yeah, it's...
Oh, that's right. He did do Babylon 5.
Yeah, I think they essentially brought him on. I think they had a good idea for a series, but they weren't really sure how to execute a series, but he does. So I feel like he's kind of helping them do with the series, but like it's very cinematic series. It's like the way it's shot and everything, it's done way more professional than you get in your average series.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, it looks great. And like another thing that I really noticed on these last few episodes was like the soundtracks. Wow. They were great. Like just beautiful pieces of music.
Yeah, it's a good series. Eventually we will get to the rest. I'm debating whether or not we want to hold off. Because I kind of, like, this seems like a good series to cover whenever fucking J.K. Rowling shit comes up, because we got trans people behind the scenes, we got a trans character in the show, and it kind of deals with the ideas of being, like, not one with your body. Not one.
Yeah.
So, I think, I'm thinking maybe, let's just say we'll cover season 2, might be a little bit off, but whenever J.K. Rowling has another movie or something, we'll do season 2. Or Fantastic Beasts gets canceled, we'll just do it.
Yeah.
I hope it gets canceled.
Or, we could, if not, if J.K. Rowling has the decency to keep her mouth, free of hate, we could save season 2 for next June.
Maybe. Yeah, we will see. I could be talked into it. This could all change, too. These are just ideas running through my head. I am not married to any of this. If we get a bombardment of comments saying, hey, cover season 2 right now, we can probably free up the schedule.
We'll do season 2. We can move some stuff around. I think we could move Jaws around.
No, not Jaws. Not Jaws.
Didn't you have Jaws in there? No, it was Rocky.
Yeah. No, we are not moving Rocky. You're not moving Rocky. You know what? If you want us to cover Sense8, we can.
I mean, dude, unless we have an interview with the director.
No.
Of Rocky.
No, I think coming up, the only free space we could really fill up might be Thor 4. Something people won't care about.
Yeah, because no one's excited about that
no one
movie at
cares
all.
about that one. Here we are. Probably what a lot of you guys clicked
Yeah.
on for Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah.
But we're out of time, so we'll see you next week.
Yep. See ya.
No. No, there's a lot I want to talk about here. First off, I want to say, if I were to compare it to the last one, I believe this movie is probably technically made better. But I feel like the
I'll agree
last
with
one
that.
might be, like, more fun, because at least you can make fun of it a bit more. But this is not good. This
This was kind of a terrible misuse of 3 iconic characters to this canon, while at the same time tying all of that canon together.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
literally tying it all together in every aspect in this.
Yeah, it's I almost felt like it's like an Avengers style team up almost. You get the 3 classic characters and then 2 of the newer characters, and then Maisie's back, and then we get a new character. Fun fact.
Yeah, I mean,
fun fact.
I was kind of half waiting for Vince Vaughn to show up.
Well, fun fact. Any character that has a name that isn't the villain survives this movie. I can't think of anybody who has a name that dies in this movie except for the villain.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, really? I mean,
there was a few moments I thought that they were going to kill like either Grant or Malcolm.
that's the thing.
Or even Ellie.
I didn't think they would
I
kill
thought
any of
there
the
was
classics, but yeah.
I was walking into this expecting not for Dr. Grant not to live.
I kind of...
I'll be completely...
I didn't think they would kill off anybody big, but I thought... Like, I assumed they would introduce new characters to die. And there was only the one. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to kill her off. So, no one's going to die. And yeah, no one really dies except for the villain. It reminds me, when Steven Spielberg did those first 2 movies, he did them a lot like a horror movie.
He did.
And then...
Hey, on my end of the screen, you're all black. Like, our window is gone.
Does it not? Oh, it's not updated. I wish I could see the recording right now. I think we're gonna have to roll with it because visually, what I'm seeing right now is fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool,
no, everything looks fine on my end.
Yeah, it's just like
It's just not
your
sending it
window
to
is
yours
taking
for
up
no
the.
reason. Yeah, no, I put it to a black screen
Yeah,
so that way I could visually tell where to cut out later.
Oh,
But
okay.
It should be on that now. But anyways,
Sorry.
it's all good. Jeez, yeah. So to give you guys an idea of how disappointed I was in this movie, so like it starts out, and I'm willing to go along with this movie's conceit. The movie's conceit is that dinosaurs have broken out, and now we're trying to find a way to live with them. That's essentially the setup for this movie. Now I'm willing to sign up. They even say in the beginning dinosaurs have traveled all over the world, and now they're everywhere. And I'm like, how? What? Are people putting fucking Tyrannosauruses on cruise ships and transporting them to fucking Asia? How the fuck did that happen?
Yeah. They're all on a carnival cruise together.
It's like bullshit.
It's a dino party.
But, you know, for me, I was willing to go ahead and put that up to, like, suspended disbelief. It's like, I call bullshit, but you know what? Suspend disbelief. They're trying to give us a setup. I'll give it to it.
Well, I mean...
I'll give it to it.
Well, raptors can swim, apparently.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. That was weird. But yeah, so we spend the first part of this movie, and it's kind of boring, but you know, they're trying to live at one with the dinosaurs. There's some incidents, and there's poachers who are apparently after Maisie, who is the clone girl who Claire and Owen are raising out in the woods. But they're also after Blue's...
Yeah, they're up in, I think... And they're also after Blue and now Blue's baby.
Well, I got the sense they were just after Blue's baby.
Yeah, Blue's baby, because that's right. This is a movie without Blue in it.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Blue's in it, but, like, not predominantly in it at all. There we are.
Blue is in like a little bit at the beginning and just a bit at the tail end. Blue, who is the best character in the other two movies, gets seriously sidelined here. Although I thought there was something up with the animation with Blue and the baby. It felt kind of it had a
one looked shrunk.
Well, yeah, but it had kind of a a stop motion quality to it. And I thought that was interesting. I don't know what they did to the effect to change it. Like if it
a few times when Blue was slowly moving, like approaching, it did look a little choppy.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure why that was, because I'm assuming it's computer animated. I mean, I'll say this: if they did Blue stop motion, it looks great, but I don't think they did. It drives me nuts. Anyways, so Blue has set up a home around Owen and Claire and Maisie, which I actually thought I kind of like that aspect, kind of like Blue's kind of hanging out around him. Okay.
Yeah,
I get that.
I mean, she's camping near. Yeah. That bus looked like Owen placed it there or had it put there and installed for them or for her.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I doubt a school bus got stranded that far out in the middle of the mountains in the Sierra Mountains.
But yeah, it all seems like
I highly fucking doubt it.
All seems like a nice setup, but of course we get the return of Dodgson, who has a cameo in the first movie, but of course it's a different actor. If you remember Dodgson, he was in he made the deal with Dennis Nedry in the first one. He has like what 2-minute role.
Almost forgettable.
Yeah.
You know why? Because no one cared.
Yeah. But we got Dodgson here. We got.
I did see I'm trying to think. Like there was I went to an early showing this morning, so there wasn't a lot of people there. Like it was a relatively small showing. Like I think it was one guy and his kid, like a mother with her small child, and a couple and myself. Yeah, I did want to be that obnoxious guy.
Yeah.
And shout when it's a Dodgson when no one cares.
We got Dodgson here, see?
No one cares. But I didn't want to be obnoxious.
Yeah. Well, the biggest reason why the name stuck out to me is because I've read the books years ago. And Dodgson has a big role in the second book. Of course, it's replaced by essentially a whole group of hunters in the second one, but yeah, that's right. But
man, it's been a while since I did read the first one. I have read the first. That one's good. I think I read a synopsis, shorter version of the novel. And yeah, that's right. That is right. God.
Yeah, I have my issues with the second book, but I think it's probably better than the second movie, and it's better than this movie by a fucking mile. It's not even close.
Yeah, 2 is way better than this.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, I'll go ahead and tell you the moment when I realized this movie was just gonna be bad, just so bad. So.
How quickly in was it for you?
It wasn't super quick in, but I was feeling the drag early on. But when I knew it was going dreadfully the wrong direction is when they're in this helicopter. I want to say it was Ellie and Grant in the helicopter flying to this area that Dodgson has set up, and he's talking about, we have this reserve underneath, and it's filled with dinosaurs, and we even have this super dangerous apex predator dinosaur in there called Giga. Who gives a fuck source? And he's describing. I'm like, fuck. The setup for this movie is that dinosaurs live in the real world. We have to learn to coexist with them, and we're just gonna put our main characters in a fucking dinosaur park again, aren't we? And I spent the rest of the movie just waiting for the characters to end up there. I'm like, God fucking damn it.
When I knew it was gonna be what it turned out to be. Is the second it showed this farmland in Texas and these giant locusts showed up.
Yeah.
And at first I'm like, okay, so the insects are evolving, that they're adapting to life. That's kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
I wonder how else this is affecting the wildlife and the planet and all that in this world. No, we're just going to stick with these overgrown locusts that are B-movie comical?
Yeah. No, that's
Okay.
like the big villain in the real world we have to deal with are these oversized locusts.
Oh, yeah, and an evil corporation again.
And, you know,
this time it's called Biosyn.
I'm all for the anti-capitalist angle. These movies have all dove into that. Absolutely.
Always. And they knocked it out of the park with this one.
No,
absolutely.
Sure, yeah. Wait, where's my sarcasm sign?
They insisted upon themselves several times.
Yeah. No, he's made it. So Dodson made evil monster locust. To the movie's credit, the idea of monster locust is kind of fucking terrifying. Like a huge swarm of just like fucking what?
Over like
I want to say like large cat-sized locust.
Yeah, they're the size of cats.
Yeah, fucking terrifying. Great, and it's only eating seed not made by Biosyn. Okay, well that seems kind of fucking guilty, but.
Well, yeah, right. Well, when they said that line, I was like, okay, I got the angle.
Yeah.
Let's get on with the movie.
And I'm cool with that. I'm on board.
It.
But when it became clear we're just going to a fucking dinosaur park, I'm like, fuck this movie.
They have a research facility that's also a sanctuary. Are you kidding me?
Yes. We're going to a dinosaur park in the movie where the world is filled with dinosaurs. Why are we doing this?
Okay. So, and then they're talking about how, so all the dinosaurs are just all there. Oh, so they're just all coexisting, different periods of dinosaurs, all just
chilling,
intermingling, and okay.
Yeah.
Cool. There's also one that we've bred. Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Since that works out so well.
Yeah, why not? Sure. It's just...
It was kind of cool to see some dinosaurs with feathers and like what looked like fur. That was kind of cool because I am no expert, but I do recall reading an article about people who were saying actually some dinosaurs would definitely appear to have that more of an appearance of feathers or fur than the scales of what we've all commonly known to.
Yeah.
And it was just more him talking about the origin of scales on dinosaurs, I guess, because there's similarity to, reptiles or lizards.
Yeah, well, it is interesting because when it comes to dinosaurs, there's actually not a huge amount we know. We have skeletons, but it's not like we've never had a living one. And it is interesting. Like, we have a visualization of dinosaurs, but is it accurate? Probably not, bro.
Yeah. Probably not at all.
And I like the variations and stuff. You know something this movie doesn't have? A good fucking dinosaur fight. I'm asking
it
so
did
little
have
at this point.
It did have one point, and I'm going to jump around a little here. Talk about
matter.
something at the end. Yeah. At the end, when all of our good guys are about to make their big grand escape.
Yeah.
Earlier in the film, we see in the courtyard these like kind of like metal, maybe brass fountains in this courtyard or like foyer area of the of Dodgson's place in Italy. Which I still can't believe. I still laugh at that. Like, this is Italy.
Sure.
Okay. Isn't that where they said it was?
They might have. I don't know. I don't know if it matters. I'm not going to lie. Like, in the middle of this, when I realized exactly where this movie was going, I was like, I kind of need to go to the bathroom. I'm just going to go.
It globe hopped.
Yeah.
This movie moved around the globe so much, like more than I think all the first 3 Indiana Jones movies combined.
Oh, for sure. And what's more important is how little it mattered. Oh my god.
My god. Like, that's cool. I mean, if we're going to do it that much, can we just get the graphic of the map and the plane traveling with like the chart?
Well,
I mean, is that so much to ask for in an action movie now? Or an adventure?
I'm going to get stuck on this, but I just can't believe it. So we have this whole setup of dinosaurs in the world. But we are still, as writers, stuck on the idea of making a dinosaur park for people to fucking go in. Spend time in the... If you're going to do a globe-hopping world with dinosaurs all over the place, fucking do it! Oh my God.
How about capturing them in all of these different locations that we went to film?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, can we also have it so that it's more so humanity versus the dinos than humanity versus the dinos versus evil corporation?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that the evil corporation thing is definitely and absolutely like, you know, Jurassic Park's bread and butter.
Yeah.
Like it goes, it's the meat to their potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, I mean,
can we just maybe do that? Like kind of do like what George Romero did with the zombie movies.
Totally breaking the rule of
criticism. In Day of the...
Like, if you were just to, like, rewrite this, yeah, I actually think you have a better idea for a story there. Have it be like, okay, so we think we have the idea of how to beat these locusts, but we have to travel around the world and capture these dinosaurs. Why? Because fucking story, okay? So we go travel around the world, capture these dinosaurs, and it's actually because they're genetically engineering a super dinosaur that we have to deal with at the end. Is this a good idea for a movie? Not particularly great. No. Is it better than what we got? Yeah. Not even close. Not even close.
Like I'd make it a fucking flying thing. And no, fuck that. I would make it so that it would be these two different helicopters.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, fuck it. 4 different helicopters with a giant net that has to catch it. That way we could fucking sell the shit out of it as toys, too.
Sure. Well,
4 of them.
That's
all sold separately.
Like, okay, so I'm not engaged with the story. You know, and the least they could give you is some cool dinosaur battles. I brought that up before. Like Jurassic World, say what you will. That big old fight at the end with the T-Rex and Blue and the
that was cool.
Indominus Rex.
That was
fucking cool. That was fucking cool.
Fucking cool.
The fight, what we get a fight here where it's like this new like big feathered raptor thing. Tyrannosaurus.
With like giant with like
claw fingers.
I wrote quick notes while I was in the theater since I was the only one in the row.
Mm-hmm.
I called it. Yeah, here it is. Edward Scissorhandsaurus.
Yeah. And a Tyrannosaurus, and they team up to fight the Giga Who Gives a Fucksaurus. And it's like like the actual fight boils down to the T-Rex shoving the Giga Fuck into the raptor's claw things.
Right into him. And that was
about it.
All right.
Like there was a little bit, but it was about it. It was like
that was okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm cool with this. And earlier where we meet the Gigawatt-saurus and the T-Rex, the first encounter is like, okay, cool, we're getting a fight early.
Yeah.
Oh no, just a nibble?
Mm-hmm.
Just a nibble. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll wait. And then we got teased with the Dilophosaurus, which is the first time we've even seen a Dilophosaurus in the series since the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was happy about that. Mm-hmm. I was happy about that because those are my favorite in the first one. Mm-hmm. I really liked how they ate Nedry.
Oh yeah.
And I was really, and I'll admit, right when Claire was there, I was like, fucking eat her, fucking eat her, fucking eat her.
That's the thing. There's no tension here. Like we get all these scenes that are supposed to scare us, but I'm not scared at all. Maybe because they just aren't killing anybody in these movies. Like,
and
at all.
Since when did they make the? Since when did they make Dilophosaurus as like the pack hunter?
Yeah, not really. I guess.
I don't recall them being
they were totally packed here. Yeah.
But I mean, how many do you think there could have been at the first park?
Maybe it seemed like maybe 2 in that situation with Dennis. Unless it
because there was definitely one hiding in his fucking Jeep.
Yeah.
And there was maybe that was definitely the same one that followed him up. When he fell. Maybe 2, yeah.
But how many were in that? I feel like there's at least 3 in that like car thing he was in.
I counted maybe 4 at the end when Nedry finally got, or not Nedry, but Dotson.
Yeah.
What I did love is as soon as I saw that Barbasol canister, I was like, man, I was thinking, man, you really want to take that thing? That thing is cursed.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, he picked it up, and I'm like, I'm not even sure how he got that thing. Like, I assume maybe he got the sample somehow, but I assume those samples were fucking gone.
Oh, they're long fucking gone,
Yeah.
but I'm more curious about the burn marks on it.
Yeah, that was a little confusing too. Just like, what?
I was like, burn mark? Wait, did that...
Is he?
Did the volcano go
Yeah,
off
are
on
they
that
trying
island?
to imply that he got it under the fucking lava? And like what? It was still good?
Or saved it?
Jesus.
Did he save it from the lava?
Well,
Did he see it there and the lava coming towards it? He looks at the cam, looks at the lava, looks at the cam, looks at the lava.
yeah. Oh my god. It didn't even occur to me it was lava. Well, oh god, this is so dumb.
I mean, what was that the same island though?
What, the lava? Yeah, that would have been the same island.
Where he fell off? Because wasn't he on his way to Isla Nisora?
No, the Isla Nublar was the only one established in the first one, and it was the one from Jurassic World, which was hit by the volcano. So we've all been the same island.
Okay.
Isla Sorna is something we haven't seen since Jurassic Park 3, but it's brought up a couple of times in these movies just to fucking throw canon just straight out the window. Cause
No, just like it makes sense.
Mhm.
So here's my next question with the original 3 or with our 3 OGs coming back. Did Ellie kill her husband? I think Ellie killed her husband.
Sure. I will say this. Of the original 3 coming back, Ellie gets probably the best stuff to work with.
The most to do in this,
Yeah.
and I loved it.
Yeah, Grant feels like he's just there to pine after Ellie. I don't remember him doing anything else, and it's kind of like,
Echoing.
why bring him back? Almost like I get it. I love Alan Grant. I love Sam Neill, but
he was solely there just for the character of Owen to fanboy over.
yeah. Which,
Solely there for that purpose.
okay.
And for him to mentor him, maybe a fucking role that should have happened in the first one.
Yeah, or fuck, maybe like before 2/3 of the way into this one.
Yeah, they did take a long time to get together.
Yeah.
Surprising amount. And it's just kind of more of like, I even said to myself in that shot where the 3 of them step out with the kid and everything's okay. And it's like, yeah, we had to come and clean your fucking mess of a trilogy up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, Jeff, I'd say if any character is sidelined here, it is definitely Ian Malcolm.
Yeah, well, he's working for Dodgson, and he speaks kind of, he does these lectures for his students there, and they're really kind of nowhere speeches. Like, he did that first speech, and I was like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to it, and I'm going like, are you fucking... What?
Yeah, it's like, congratulations, you figured out how to make me completely bored of Jeff Goldblum. Good job, writers. Good job.
I don't think it just like the script. It just said Jeff.
Yeah, just do Jeff
You know.
Goldblumisms. There's no script. Just do your thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Jeff, just be you.
Give
Give a lecture.
Yeah.
Give a lecture.
Yeah.
Just be you, but Ian Malcolm. That's your motivation.
Yeah.
All right, go.
Well, one thing I did think was interesting was Ian Malcolm has that one friend who's getting all the information for him and helps them kind of break in and figure out Biosyn's big plan and stuff like that. And then when that friend gets where Dodgson finds out that he's the guy who helped him out and obviously I assume he fires him and he decides he's out. Then it's like he walks over and then he's with Owen and Claire and then the original 3. And I'm like, wait, can these people just walk between these areas? I thought these people got isolated, stuck in this park, and now this guy's just popping up just like, hey, what's up? What? Did I fucking miss something?
Yeah, I think I kind of missed something too.
Yeah.
It's more of okay, I get why he's leaving, but why is he acting as if I could tell he's putting on that fake calm Assad, but I know he's freaking the fuck out. And it's I mean, dude, you're kind of fucking screwed. He's like, oh, we could start over again. And I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah. No, Dodgson's just lost it at the end, but yeah.
Yeah, this is an astronomical failure, man.
It's almost like making a fucking dinosaur park is a bad idea, especially when the world's filled with dinosaurs and who's going to give a fuck about a dinosaur park?
You see, I thought that this movie was literally going to be them getting that old team together.
Yeah.
To help them hunt and track them down.
Yeah.
And save them from save them from poachers. And the message would have been about conservation.
Yeah.
Nope. A fucking park.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie is it's bad. I will say this. It's
not good.
I think these last two Jurassic World movies are the worst in the series. Here's the deal. Lots of people shit on Jurassic Park 3. I think Jurassic Park 3 is a movie that knew what it was. It's a dumb 90-minute monster movie with dinosaurs instead of monsters. It is dumb, but
I think
at least you're in now 90 minutes and it knows what it is.
Yeah. I enjoyed it for one reason, and there's one reason why I still kind of say, it doesn't deserve the hate it gets.
Yeah.
Is because it gave something that we were denied in like 2 movies.
Yeah. Well,
and that's pterodactyls.
Yeah, like for sure.
Dinosaurs. Like, I believe in the first one, if I'm not mistaken, they get attacked by some of them while they're waiting for Grant and the kids to get back to the visitor center.
Yeah, in the book, I believe.
I think Malcolm. Yeah, Malcolm gets attacked by Malcolm and Ellie.
Yeah,
and
I believe there's something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, but I mean, okay, there's some stuff in here I did kind of wish that they utilized better, like when they were in the old amber mine.
Yeah.
I wish we got to see more of that.
Yeah.
Like,
well, we get Diamond
maybe
in
open
there
up
randomly.
Maybe. I mean, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. New species. That's cool.
Yeah, we haven't seen them. I don't know. We might have seen some in Jurassic Park 3, but like we haven't seen Diamondtrons up close in this franchise yet, I don't think.
No, not like we did in this one.
Yeah. Which is fun.
I'll admit, in the theater, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That looks horrifying.
Yeah. But yeah, this. I guess, like, do you think you do a quick ranking? I could probably do a quick ranking here of the franchise.
Yeah, I could do a quick ranking of the franchise.
All right, so like, let's do best to worst because I think number one's going to be obvious. Number one is obviously Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Number 2. Okay, yeah, Jurassic World for me. Number 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
Then number 3.
Jurassic Park
close, 2. But I'm going with Lost World on number 3.
Yeah, Lost World for 3.
And then probably Jurassic Park 3 even for 4.
Yeah, number 4 that'd be my fourth, and then for the bottom tier 2.
Yeah, Jurassic World 2 and Jurassic World 3. So I think we're pretty much synced up on that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we got the return of Alan Grant.
Yeah.
Before he donned the silver hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it, like,
okay,
to their credit,
I'm sorry,
they really did a great job.
Another thing, really quickly, from the time that everything, when all's well that ended well, and they got on the helicopter, to that other shot of them in Washington.
Yeah.
Did he age? Did it look like he aged a year?
I didn't notice, but it's
like to me, it seemed like the white in the beard and the hair were like way more there than they were in the rest of the film.
Well, it's not impossible. They filmed some of this before COVID and some after it, so it's not impossible. He did age like a year.
True, but it's just more of like, whoa, wait.
Not impossible. I will say, like, like especially Malcolm and Grant, it feels like they don't really think of anything for them to do, but it is great to have them back, and they do a good job. I will give them that.
Well, I think that it's just that they're just there.
Yes.
So
especially Grant.
Maybe the writers just didn't really know how to write them. Like, write the characters.
Well, maybe if it was a globe-hopping Indiana Jones-style adventure with dinosaurs, and maybe you could even, like, have the team split up. Like, obviously, you put, like, Owen and Grant together, working together, and you can have, like, the rest on another team. You could have fun with this shit, but no.
You really
could. Just stick them in a fucking park.
Yeah. So there is one cool shot, I think, and it's already been shown in a trailer. It's where they show that little fountain and that circular one.
Yeah.
And the T-Rex walks out, and I was like, "Oh, hey, that could be a logo."
Yeah. My son leaned over to me in theater, was like, "That's the logo." It's like, yep.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Visuals so subtle, an 8-year-old picked up instantly.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously there, but I was just like, that's a nice use of your surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have found that area and saw that like structure, if it was there when they picked the location, it would have been, oh yes, no, we're going with this.
Yeah.
Yes, because we could put that in the trailer. I wouldn't have, but
Sure. Well, you know what? In a movie with almost no visuals I really remember, outside of maybe the look of the locust.
yeah, I think. Well, I mean, that was the money. I did only catch one practical dinosaur, and that was definitely the little baby Triceratops.
Well, wasn't the baby not all the time, but the Blue's baby sometime practical? It seemed like it was practical sometimes.
I think it was practical when it was on his back. Maybe animatronic.
Yeah. It's not good though.
No,
Henry
it could
Wu
have
gets
just
a
been like a still.
redemption arc. We didn't really talk about him, but like he feels very tacked on, even though he has a big role in this.
Yeah, even though he has a pivotal role in like the plot,
he feels very.
But he just kind of feels like he's there.
Like Maisie's important because her genes can help destroy the locust. Why? Because her genes are identical to her mother's, except for one reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Sure.
They also have a new pilot friend.
Yes. Yeah. She feels kind of
like
there
I
too.
still.
I mean.
Yeah. I still kind of. I'm not even lying. I was waiting for Nick Van Owen to show up.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn.
What?
Like dead ass was waiting for him to show up.
Well, I mean, I know it's easy, and there are ways to do it besides this, but the easiest way to add tension to any of these movies is introduce a character and kill them. Like, I think the best character death in any of these movies would probably be The Last World, and it's gonna be Eddie. Because Eddie was put in the terrible situation where you know he's gonna die, but you really hope he doesn't. Because he is literally stuck in a Jeep, driving it, trying to save Malcolm and Julianne Moore and...
Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly. And if he leaves the Jeep, he's going to die. But if he stays in the Jeep, a T-Rex is going to eat him. And he stays in the Jeep. And it's like, oh, God, dude.
And if he gets out, they're going to fall to their death.
Yep. Like, he can save himself or save them, and he saves them. And it's like, ooh. And that's an effective death. And that adds tension for the rest of the movie. Say what you will about Lost World. Lost World is a very fucking flawed movie. I have issues with it up the butt. But... It's better than this. It's better than...
Yeah, and it executes humor better.
No,
like
there's lots...
Actually, when Eddie shows up, it's like anything else you can. I'm like, yeah, double cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Like that's still hilarious.
Yeah, no, it. At least that movie has moments. In this one, it's like, there's nothing here. There's no.
What was it Julianne Moore said? And an apple turnover.
Yeah. Well, it's before the T-Rexes were showing up, and he was like, "Oh my God, what? How can I help?" And they're like giving him a food order, and he's like, "Yeah, thanks guys."
And he's get the rope, tie it.
Yeah. But yeah, not a great movie, but better than this. Holy shit! Like if just watch The Lost World if you're looking for Jurassic Park sequels. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean.
And I'm saying that as someone who's not a fan of The Lost World, but you know what? There are moments in that movie that a lot of these other movies don't. It's still directed by Steven fucking Spielberg.
Yeah, it's still a fucking Spielberg movie.
Yeah. Anything you want to add for
he executive produced his way off set every day for this one. I can tell.
Sure.
I don't blame him.
Well, are we ready to close out?
Yeah, let's close out.
So next week, we're going to be doing more music stuff. George will be joining me, and we will be doing a Garbage ranking and a Tears for Fear album ranking. And I'll be talking about the concert I went to, which has both of them, which should be fun. Looking forward to that. I'm actually seeing that this Friday. And then after that, we got a regular episode ahead. We're going to be talking about the last 3 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, yeah, and George will probably be joining us for that as well.
Okay.
And then we got the first 3 episodes of Miss Marvel, which just started recently. And then
I watched the first one last night.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see it. And then the first 4 episodes of The Boys Season 2. Should be fun. Wow, it's all TV series next week. Holy shit. I just realized that.
Yeah. All TV.
Well, okay.
Behold.
Yeah.
Television. Mother. Educator. Secret lover.
Secret lover. But yeah. Well, you know what? Jurassic World sucked, but it was fun to talk about it.
Yeah, it was. I mean... Fuck.
Yeah.
How the fuck did he get that Barbasol can?
I mean, you know, that's the thing. When talking about The Boys, it's like I love The Boys. Sense8's great. But you know what? Talking about the bad ones, it you kind of feel a little bit free after that. It's like, I'm getting this off my chest.
No,
I've suffered this.
I do. I do. Oh man. That guy who was with his kid, they were walking out of the theater ahead of me.
Yeah.
So I could hear the kid talking to his dad, and the kid just loved it because it was a dinosaur movie. You know, that's cool. You know, and I'm just like, something.
Hey, my 8-year-old was bored by this one.
Oh God!
to give you an idea of where the kids stand.
That kid wasn't 8. He was much younger. I'd say probably 6, maybe 5.
That's the thing. I will warn. There's not a lot of dinosaur action in this one, and when you get to it, there's not much tension to it. It might work for the kids, but it's like, sure. Fair amount of dinosaurs stalking people, but not a whole lot of actually going after them.
Yeah, or how about even that Indiana-esque or the Indiana Jones-esque scene at the end?
Oh yeah,
in the beginning. No, in the beginning. Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
But no, in the beginning with that evil lady.
Oh yeah, the evil lady. I just know who you're talking about. There was an evil lady in this, and then she was gone just as quickly as she popped up. She was gone.
She has a laser pointer that can get raptors
that will get raptors
to
attack you, as opposed to just a gun with a laser point on it.
But, okay.
Yeah, that tool in the last movie is so clearly very useful in real life. If you happen to be in proximity of properly trained raptors, you can point a laser pointer at people and have them get killed by raptors.
Yeah, again,
Super
we didn't get to see much of that.
Yeah.
Didn't get to see much of it.
It's a
at all.
It's a total callback to the last one. It was dumb there, and it's dumb here.
It's dumb here, yeah.
It's
but
still
yet
dumb.
People are still having... But still, there is the brilliant idea of a dinosaur black market.
Yeah.
The brilliant idea. Yeah. That's all I had to add.
Yeah. And you could see ideas with genetically engineering small versions of dinosaurs or maybe something like that. Yeah, they aren't. Oh yeah. In case you're wondering, I guess just go back a little bit. The movie ends, and it just essentially says that dinosaurs and humans found a way to live together, and they all lived happily ever after. Even though, for the last third of it, we didn't spend it in that world at all. We were in a park.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because as soon as the credits started to roll, I walked out.
Well, this was right before the credits.
Was there more?
No, it was right
I must have missed that.
Dude, it's like the last fucking
popcorn.
minute before the credits. It's so tacked on. It's like, oh, get fucked. You spent no time establishing this, and now you're saying it's all resolved. Get fucked. Yeah.
Well, all's well that ends well.
And then they lived happily ever after. Oh, sure.
Goodbye, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, we ran out of film reel.
Jesus.
But yeah, it's fun to get the
when I was yeah, that must have been when I was collecting all of my nonsense and everything.
But yeah, we got good episodes coming the next couple weeks. Everybody have a good one.
Bye. Would you be opposed to Howard the Duck?
Oh,
because we could tie that into
I
Thor.
am opposed to Howard the Duck in so many ways, but not opposed to putting it on the podcast. I'm